Moving on to National Retailers Meet, presented by CP67. CP67 is an iconic retail-driven million square feet, which is mixed-use development and is part of the esteemed Unity Homeland Group. It's strategically located in the heart of rich residential catchment on the International Airport Road, Mohali, Chandigarh region. It's a 5 lakh square feet of premium retail shopping center zone and has PVR cinemas, lifestyle, Max Chroma, Haldirams, Swagat, etc. It has also got grade A office spaces and luxury 100 plus key hotels. CP67 stands out as the most sought after destination for the entire Punjab and Chandigarh region. Can we please now have a look at this AV or CP67? Well, ladies and gentlemen, CP67, yeah, I like the spirit, I like it. Come on, India. Ladies and gentlemen, मैंने आपसे सवाल पूछा था, bright face, love is mad. I want to spread the treasure of good looks. The answer is, Husn hai sohana, ishq hai divana. You remember that song? Of course, and now, talking about songs, when you see these gentlemen on stage, you have beautiful songs playing in your head because they bring you so much joy. The new retail game, emerging trends in retail. For exclusive one-on-one chat, I would like to call upon on stage Mr. Anuj Puri, Chairman, Anarock Retail, and our keynote speaker, Mr. Damodar Mall, CEO, Grocery, Reliance Retail. Can I have both the gentlemen, the awesome twosome, Angar. You know, when both of them on stage, you can make them feel top of the world. Use those whistles now. They'll love it. They're disruptive by nature. Bajai. Okay, I want this to be big. I'm going to count 5. Let's see. Pick up your whistles, everybody. Come on, let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it!
Siddharth, you make the room, the hall very lively. Guys, we've got only 10 minutes, and you're now 9.58 minutes to go ahead with this session. I can barely ask 3 or 4 questions to Damodar, who's got so much of knowledge, so much of thought, and someone who I really, really respect in the retail industry, Mr. Damodar Mal, who's the CEO of grocery for Reliance Retail. So Damodar, just sort of 2 or 3 questions. One is, how do you look at the festive season, which is upcoming? What are your thoughts on that within your business and the overall retail fraternity?
Well, all of us, Anuj, all of us have learned in the last year and a half to decide our shots based on the ball that is coming to us. So uncertainty is the way of the world. But our outlook and what we read in our stores on an everyday basis now, I think there is enough reason for us to play on the front foot and be optimistic, because I think not just us, the retailers, but also the consumers want an excuse for positivity, higher level of shared positivity. And we are betting double the stakes on festive, because it's a natural consumption place. In all parts of our retail business, the key 3 verticals being food, fashion, and the digital part of our business. So everywhere, we are playing on the front foot for sure.
And hopefully that will be the right strategy, because it does appear like that third wave hopefully should not come in, and it does seem as that the markets are really opening up.
Yeah, the good part for a retailer is you don't need to judge the mood of the consumer by reading consultant reports. You get your daily footfall data, and you see how the mood is behaving in which part of the country.
And Damodar, have you also seen that the spend by each consumer who's coming to the store is higher than the pre-COVID level?
Yeah, right now, yes, it is. Because I think one thing has happened. Cost now has 2 costs. One is the economic cost of buying or purchasing. Other is the contact cost. So people have that at the back of their mind even now. Therefore, whenever they are coming to a store, they're buying more. We see that happen. Another part that is now mainstream is everybody is omni-channel. Everybody is buying digital as well as physical.
And Damodar, on the grocery part, it would have been really tough to go through the supply chain during the 2 lockdowns that we had. How did you manage to go through that?
Well, I like to look at the glass 3/4 full. In case of grocery, the consumption story was on. In fact, we are in the business of in-home consumption, and out-of-home consumption was in deeper trouble. So therefore, for us, the consumption story was on.
That's right.
When that was on between us and vendors who work with us, we managed to innovate and make sure that we found solutions. I'm glad, I think it's been said before, the amount of innovation in the value chain, amount of digitization in the interaction that has happened, I think we guys would have taken 5 years plus, which has happened to us in this forced social experiment.
Yeah, and it is being said for across all the industries is that the digital evolution that we've had, what we've been able to cover in, say, 12 months would have taken us, as you rightly said, 5 years.
Yes, and right now in our team, what we are actively discussing is how do we make sure that the good habits, though forced, the good habits are carried forward into the new normal. Hopefully we'll be close to the earlier normal.
Yeah.
But some of the changes in the way we operate in the business have changed for sure. And we want to make sure we hold on to those changes.
And which will be very important. As they say is, let no sort of disaster go waste. And if we don't learn from what we have learned during this period of time and implement it, then it's going to be a problem. Damodar, one of the things that is a bit of a challenge in the grocery is the unorganized players. There are lots of unorganized players, who command a huge amount of market share. How do you operate within this market when there is a lot of unorganized players within the grocery?
Putting it has a negative tone. I think they are the traditional
Yes.
retailers, and they're entrepreneurial retailers, and they're in many, many factors in terms of delivering an experience and to the consumer. We in fact learn from the traditional retailers.
Nice, nice.
I think in this phase, there are many of us who came in from the corporate retail angle are actually learning to work with the traditional entrepreneurial retailers, and we are doing it upfront in all sectors of our retail play, because we believe if you're playing consumption full story, then the traditional retailer, the entrepreneur who is closer to the customer, is actually a powerful ally rather than an adversary. So I think that's the way we are going, and there are multiple things in the whole new commerce thinking, where we are adding value to the traditional retailers.
So it's more
and learning to work
collaboration
with
than
them.
competition with the traditional retailer.
Yes.
In there.
Yes.
Damodar, what will be sort of the two things that you would say to a retailer were your biggest learnings from this pandemic?
Well, I think all that we do over time with our teams, retail, whether we say digital retail or physical retail, is a very people-intensive business. And one of the things that happened in the pandemic is that supervision got switched off.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
even where the retail stores were open, the supervision got switched off because the contacts were reduced. What happens when nobody is supervising?
What a
How
great
people behave when no one is supervising is called culture.
Amazing.
So all that we as retailers have built over time, if we've invested in a shared goal and a sense of ownership and a culture, I think we are all, whoever has done it, is enjoying the fruits of building an organization in that manner, because where the rubber meets the ground, retail is an unsupervised service that is delivered, whether at the doorstep of the consumer in a home delivery or whether in the store. It's an unsupervised in a significant way. So I think that I would learn this whole way of digitally interacting with your stores and trusting, and then using data to verify is a new thing that I would say has moved 5 steps ahead for me personally in our organization, and we would build on that.
I mean, these are real golden words. I mean, I don't know how many of you really appreciated what he has said. What a beautiful thing that Damodar has said is that, these are unsupervised times, and the culture that was built within the organization was the steadfast of having the company run efficiently because it was largely unsupervised people. And then, obviously looking at and reflecting at the data and then, analyzing that. Very nice. Just a sort of couple of more questions, Damodar. How's the experience been in tier 2, tier 3 markets?
Very good.
Better than tier 1?
Tier 1 is known.
Tier
Therefore,
1 is
there is
known.
no surprise.
That's
There is
right,
no
yeah.
news in
That's right, yes.
doing this. So the customer is kinder, and the real estate guys are also kinder in tier 2, tier 3 market. I think the aspiration exists, and both, and I keep saying both, because for me there is no one or the other. Both our physical retail presence and our digital retail presence, we are pushing very hard into fuller India, like there is no tomorrow.
Fuller India.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice. And
we find the demand, we find the aspiration without doubt in these places. People are also digitally literate, so they're able to interact. They understand the modern way of discovering products and modern way of buying them as well.
And Damodar, would the sort of revenues of the retail industry at the end of March 2022, your thought is, would it be back to the levels of March 20?
I'm a dukandar. I'm not a consultant, so I wouldn't talk about, I wouldn't say for the industry. All I can tell you is for the business that I'm part of, we definitely will be ahead of 2019.
2019-20 financial
Yes,
year.
yes.
In 21-22.
Yes, yes.
That's a very, very beautiful statement. Gives a lot of encouragement.
दुनिया की पता नहीं, मैं अपनी बता रहा हूँ.
And then finally, we got a minute or so left. What will be the advice that you would say to your friends in this room, to the retailers? What is that one advice that you would say has held you, so strong in these times and made Reliance a great success story, particularly your business?
No, so I don't know about advice, but I'll tell you what I'm working on myself. I think we said the crisis is equal for everyone. So the crisis, even if it is a unprecedented crisis, is like the pitch report.
Correct.
The pitch is the same. Everybody is going to bat on the same pitch. How we bring our batting and how we adjust our batting and score better than others is the mindset with which we worked. And we want to continue that. The second, I touched on that, and personally I'm saying, how do I not lose the good habits of now? For example, this is retail, so Monday, Tuesday used to be when the teams meet in the office, etc. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when people go out and be at stores and be in the market. Typical rhythm. I'm breaking it for myself, saying I will travel on a Monday, Tuesday, and join the meetings digitally. Kya farak padta hai?
Nice.
We don't want to lose habits. I think by the time, even if, and I'm optimistic that all this current crisis, the residues of the crisis will be history by March. I want to make sure that our meetings, our huddles, stay both physical and digital together.
And previously it was only physical.
Yes.
Before the pandemic was only physical.
Yeah. It's, when I look back, I would call it stupid. Yeah? because all the means existed. Now we are, the team is in a meeting in Delhi and they think something very interesting is happening. Somebody checks with me on the side saying, sir, for 10 minutes, can we get you into this meeting? And I join the meeting and I participate. I think these are marvelous things. Things that we could, but socially we were not ready for it. Now everybody thinks it's a normal thing to do. Let's get so-and-so into the meeting, and it works. I think it's powerful. It happens across time zones and across cities. So such things I would like to retain and make sure we don't lose it in the comfort of earlier habits.
No, fantastic, guys. I can go on and on. We're run out of time. I mean, two things that I would pick up through this discussion. One is the pitch was the same. Those who had a very strong culture, those who had a very strong DNA of the organizations have done that much more better. And the second one, Damodar has said it twice now, let no crisis go waste. I think going waste will be going back to the old habits. Damodar, if I can put it that way, the way that you've said is, there have been so many good learnings. Let's make sure that we are implementing and continuing with those learnings. Guys, a big round of applause for Mr. Damodar Mal. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Damodar Mal, CEO Grocery Reliance Retail, and Mr. Anuj Puri, Chairman Anarock Retail. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Photo opportunity, sir. This is the same photographer who made Bahubali, Lagan. Today he's with us. And he's going to make sure that this picture comes out very, very nicely. All right.